Hey everybody, it's Joe from Britical Saiyans here, and today I'm going to be showing you the Android 18 deck profile. Or the Mill 18, I don't know how you want to refer to it, but it does do a lot of stuff Mill. So, start with, we've got the lead card. It's got an auto. When it's attacked, you draw one card, and you place a blue card under this card from your drop area. And then its awakens on 4 or less, or if you have 3 or more cards under this, you draw one, get an inch back, and go down to 6. And then on this side, the auto is exactly the same. You draw one, then you place a blue card from your drop under this card. It's got secondary auto of once per turn. When you add a card from your life to your hand, place a blue card from your drop under this card. So you can do that during your turn or your opponent's turn if you take a life. And then active power once per turn, you add a card from your life to your hand, and this gains 5k for the battle. So again, it's just a way of speeding that up, and it gives you a 5k for free. So you essentially do a beam defense and get a card underneath. Start with, we've got the Z deck. This first card starts off a bit weird for it, so I've got 2 copies of the 18 Excel Dance, which is the Z leader. So you pay 3 ZNG and 1 blue onto an Android 18 when you're on 3 or less. It's got Z stack 2. You choose a blue Krillin and a blue 17, range cost 5, which is just those two, the Excel dances for them. And then they go underneath, you place this on top. Once per turn, when this attacks, you draw a card and place a blue card from your drop underneath. So, same auto, it's just once per turn this time because you can get her back. And it's got active main, once per turn, pay 3 blue. Place 3 non-blue cards from under this card into the drop. Play up to one 17 or Krillin as the battle card, both blue from under this card, and it gains double strike per turn. So you swing, pay the 3, you play the 2 out, you're getting double strike, and then both of them untap your leader, so you go back and you have your double strike active for the second attack. The reason I end up putting this as a 2 of is that it was just an easier way to play out the Krillin and the 17 instead of having to do their pay 5 to send 3. It's just easier to go into Z leader, so it's like, okay, well, I've played the 2 out, I've got enough, I'll just place another one on top, because you can just Z awaken on top of another copy. There's nothing against it, I checked, and obviously you can run multiple Z leaders because some decks require multiple. So it's just a case of you do one, and then if you can, go into the second one. But that's just my choice. Obviously, to each their own on how they want to build it. So next we've got 2 copies of the aforementioned 17. So he's got 25k, deflect, critical, double strike, and then he's got auto limit 1. If you leave this blue 18 card, when this card is played, switch one of your mono blue energy to active mode, switch one of your leads to active mode, and this gains 10k power for the turn. Oh, and it gains 10k. So you get an energy back, you get your lead back, and then you give your lead to 10k. And then at the end of your turn, you place an 18 from your drop under your leader. So, and this is just a nice aggression unit in itself. And then we've got the counterpart of Krillin, again, a 2 of. So he's also 25k, he's got the flight dual attack blocker, auto limit 1, if you're a blue 18, when it's played, choose one of your opponent's battle cards, place it at the bottom of your deck, switch one of your leads to active mode, switch one of your mono blue energy to active mode, and this gains barrier until the end of your opponent's next turn. So this is a defensive one because you can swing for 25, get it back, and then it's a 25k blocker with barrier. And it gives your leader the restand, just not the extra power. And then at the end of the turn, like with 17, you put an 18 from your drop under your leader. So, and then I just have the one-off copy of Cell, because Cell's just kind of a generically good one for blue. Pay 3, send 2 ZNG, comes out 25k with crit, and then you absorb all your opponent's 5 or less. And you can get rid of any number from underneath, restand this, and then if you send 4 or more, you gain triple strike. So it's just a nice bit of pressure. Going to the main deck, start with, we've got our Usen, which is just 4 copies of 18 Krillin and Marin family united. So 15k permanent. If your leader is Krillin or 18, this game's blocker. And then it's got active main, +2, draw a card, discard a card from your hand. If your leader is Krillin or 18, both mono blue, and you place it to one Krillin or 18, both blue from your drop under your leader. At the end of turn, switch card active. Why don't I think you have to discard to do that? I don't know. So yeah, you get to draw a card, ditch card, and then you place a card underneath and gets back to active mode. And then it's got active main -4, choose one of your opponent's battle cards, ignoring barrier, and place it at the bottom of your deck. And next we've got our extra cards. So to start with, we've got a single copy of All Too Easy. So it's just cost 1, negate the attack, bounce a 1 cost to the owner's hand. Well, bounce one of your opponent's 1 cost, and you can play it from your drop by removing itself from the blue from the game, but you can only use it once per turn. Like I said, I run this because it's self-mill, and it can basically go off twice, but if you mill it, you still have an active drop, active negate from the drop, which is fine. Next, we got 2 copies of D Magic, which is just a staple in blue, because negate, untap 2, sparking 5, can take a life instead. We've got 3 copies of Krillin helping his family. So this card is really good for a deck, because it's active main at 1. If leader is a blue 18, you draw 1, look at 7 cards from the top of your deck, place a Krillin or an 18, both blue, from among them to the drop, and if you place a Krillin or 18, you switch one of your mono blue energy to active mode. So you just get a free search. Well, you draw, you get a free search, and if you send a card, you get the energy back. So you always want to pick a target, just because it costs you nothing, and you essentially just draw a card and place a card in there for later on. So really good. There's 3 copies of Sensu Bean. So opponent's turn, you tap 1, untap 2 NG, add 5k to a card for the turn. Nice, simple. Everyone knows Bean. And then we've got a one-off copy of Ultra Instinct Kamehameha. So active bout, if it is blue, choose one of your leads or battle cards, gains 15 for the battle. And then if all your energy is blue, when you use it in your turn, you draw. When you use it during your opponent's turn, you get the energy back. So it's just a nice card for any blue deck, but there's only one here because it's just one of those things that I put in because I had the space. Now we got our 1 cost for a deck, which is 4 of the 18 and 4 Krillin. These follow the kind of mould that 1-drops have in the games now. So they both have the same active main of limit 1, burst 1. So you mill the top card of your deck to place this underneath your 18 leader. Krillin lets you draw a card. 18 lets you look at top 5 for a Krillin or an android of cost 5 and put it into your hand. So you've got a draw and a searcher, and then you both have the same active to go under. Our 2 costs for the deck is just our super combos. So we've got 2 Krillin and 2 GT Vegeta. So the Krillin is just 4 less, you draw a card. The Vegeta is 4 less, you place 1, gain 10, draw 2. I only run 2 Krillin because it's searchable and it does combo off with some other abilities in the deck. So it's nice to just have a split and you get an initial 10k, whereas Vegeta gives you 10k from the effect. So it can come in handy, just having a flat 10k. Going to the free costs. Start with, we've got 2 copies of Android 17 Emergency Defense. So it's got counter attack limit 1, if leads at 18, negate the attack and place a card. And you can activate its skill from your hand without paying a cost by sending 2 blue cards from under your leader to the drop. So you have either 3 cost negate or a negate that costs you 2 from under your leader, and then after that, you're just a body to do what you wish with. But I only run the 2 because a lot of time I just found I didn't want to use a skill to send cards because I need the cards underneath to do other effects. Plus it's limit 1, so you have to time it. Next we've got 3 copies of 17 Supporting Your Sister. So it's got auto, when this is played, choose one of your mono blue 18s with an age cost of 5 and switch to active mode. And it's got active battle limit 1, pay 1 blue. If your leader is blue 18 and the blue 18 is in your combo area, play this card from under your leader and until the end of turn. And then if it's still in play, you place it at the bottom of your deck. So you combo an 18, you then use that from underneath your leader, play it out, untap one of your 18s that's cost 5, which is just that one. So it means you can attack twice with your 5 cost. Our last 3 drops for decks, we've got 3 copies of Current Defensive Battler and 4 copies of Current Powers Expanded. So these cards are kind of similar in how they work. So for this one's got Deflect. Opponent, if you have a 5 cost 18 in play, this gains 5k and blocker. So if you have this in play, at the end of turn switch to active mode, and he's got limit 1, pay your blue. If your leader's blue and you have 3 or more energy, play from hand. And this one is, whilst you have a 5 cost 18 in play, he gains dual attack. When he's played, you choose one of your opponent's battle cards, cost 4 less, place it at the bottom of the deck. And he's got the same active main of, if you're on 3, pay blue, play him out. So these are both just supports for 18, as long as you have 5 cost out, they gain an additional effect. Otherwise you just have a 15k body. One that can go back to active mode and one that can send a card. So we've got our 4 costs. And to start with, we've got 18 and Krun's superpowered spouses. So it's 15k deflect dual attack. Also, when this, so if you don't have a unit in play when you play this card, you can play one of these from your deck with a marker on it and then shuffle your deck. But it comes out in rest mode, but then you just add 2 and it will go back to active mode. And it's got active main limit 1, pay 2 blue. If your leader is blue 18 and there are 2 or more cards under it, you play this card from your hand. So you just put 2 cards into your leader, pay 2, play this out, get unison if you don't have one in play, and then you just have a dual attacker on the board to do what you want with. And then we've got 3 copies of 18, Let the Battle Begin. So it's a 15k blocker with counterplay. You play this, if the card being played is 4 or less, it's placed at the bottom of your deck instead. And then it's got a opponent of, if the leader is a android or heroine and you have a unison play with specified cost of 2 or more, and it's your opponent's turn, you reduce it by 3. So it just becomes a 1 cost counterplay. Because we are using a blue android and we do have unison. So, and it's searchable, which is really nice as well because we have 18 searches. And then the last 4 costs of the deck is 2 copies of Rose Goku Black Immortals Will Be Gone. So, double strike 20k, when it's played, you draw, then choose one of your opponent's battle cards, cost 4 or less, sent to the bottom of the deck. And he's got active battle limit 1, you pay blue. If the leader is mono blue or Zamasu Goku Black and you have 3 or more ZNG, plays from your hand. So obviously we can do that because we'll Z charge and we're blue. So you play this, draw a card, and you have a 20k double striker ready to go. So again, just useful in any blue deck, because why not? And our last card of the deck is our 5 costs, which we have 4 copies of. So 18, Helping Her Husband. It's got 20k double strike, permanent. If it's removed from battle area, you remove it from game instead. Annoying permanent, but it can come out from hand or under your leader with its first auto. So limit 1, pay blue. If the leader is blue and you have 3 or more energy, when you use a blue Krillin from your hand or batter in a combo, you play this card from under your leader or from your hand. which obviously we have enough Krillins, hence the fact it's good to have the super combo and all the other Krillins. And it's got a secondary auto of if you pay another blue. When this card is played, you purchase one mono blue Krillin with an energy cost of 3 from your Z energy combo or drop. So you then have 3 different areas where you can get a Krillin by paying additional energy. If not, you just pay 1 to get yourself a 20k double striker as long as you use a Krillin in the combo. And that's any Krillin, including the spouse, because it's Krillin and 18. You could use that or the various other Krillins. You could also just use a 3 cost one and play it out from your combo if you know the attack's not really going to go through, or if you've got enough combo to spare. So with all that being said and done, that is my 18 deck profile for you. So thank you very much for watching. Leave any thoughts in the comments below, hit the sub button, and we'll see you next time. Bye!